before the semester starts, thousands of OU students will have to pass a COVID-19 test. The university now requires it for those living on campus in Norman. And to prevent the virus from also moving in this fall, 2 Works for You Sierra Pizarro explains OU's new protocols for their Tulsa and Norman campuses.
In addition to the COVID test, masks are required, and any class with more than 40 students is online. Classes with fewer than 40 get to meet in person, but in larger classrooms so that students can distance themselves. Also, here at OU Tulsa, they're not requiring COVID testing because there's no campus housing. At least 5,000 students get ready to move on to the University of Oklahoma. They'll run into some changes. The biggest one, a required at-home saliva-based COVID-19 test.
The students do live in close quarters, and we simply don't want to see outbreaks early just from people that carry the virus into the campus.
If any students test positive, they aren't allowed to move into campus housing until after 2 weeks of quarantining, or they're given a private room.
We have set up private rooms on campus. If they're already in Oklahoma, we'll put them in. But if they're not in Oklahoma yet, we'll ask them to stay home and participate in their coursework remotely until that period of isolation is over.
Dr. Dale Bratzler says they reached this decision after a lot of discussion over student testing strategies.
We're seeing a substantial uptick in the number of cases in Oklahoma.
The state health department's trend line still is on the up and up.
The majority of students at the university come from either Oklahoma or the state of Texas. Obviously, the state of Texas is having an enormous outbreak.
The Texas Health Department tracks more than 300,000 cases with 404 Monday. OU students will get the COVID test in the mail early August. They're also required to take an online health screening 5 days before returning to school. In Tulsa, I'm Sierra Pizarro, 2 Works for You.
Sierra, thank you. Now, the university also spent millions of dollars in transitioning the restrooms to touchless facilities. OSU is asking students to take special precautions to avoid exposure at least 2 weeks prior to the beginning of the fall semester in Stillwater. OSU Tulsa doesn't have plans to test students, but does require masks for everyone on campus. They're also asking everyone to self-screen each day before arriving. We do have a detailed list of OU's move-in protocols and COVID precautions on our website, kgrh.com.